What's good, Black Star Podcast? This is your boy Jared. And guys, we need to talk. And that is to tell these ladies what we actually want in the US, because apparently the message keeps getting fucking lost. And they keep on moving the ball. They keep on miscommunicating. Well, they keep taking what we want for drama and all this shit, and they aren't listening to us. So I'm going to spell it out for them here. And that is what men in the US want. Because I pretty much heard the same thing all over the spectrum. And that is peace, submissiveness, cooperation, and a person that was willing to cook, clean, and isn't combative, or in a sense argumentative, which are most of the women in the US. Now, we've been having the same conversation, the same talk, the same this, the same that, and personally is getting fucking annoying because a lot of these women do not understand, nor do they want to listen. We are tired of talking about the same shit. We are tired of having to deal with their traumatic problems and their stress because of the people they've chosen. Men in the US are tired of having to deal with your complicated past, your complicated attitudes, your complicated ass games that you guys like to play. We're tired. You're tired of hearing us talking about the same issues, the same problems? Well, here's the thing. Sooner or later, the men in the U.S., I'm talking for all races. I'm not just talking black, white, Indian, Hispanic, black, Asian. No, I'm talking about every man. We're sick of the games. We're sick of the bullshit. We're sick of the combativeness. We're sick of the gaslighting. We're sick of all of it. Most guys here are getting to the point where they're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just leave the country and go find me something else. Because let's be honest, most of the women in the U.S. are combative because they do not understand how to remain in their femininity, and they do not understand how to keep their men. They don't understand what their man wants. They don't listen. A lot of women in the U.S. have a hard time understanding and listening. Keyword is listening. Listen to their men and their men telling them what to do. Because let's face it, the culture here is feminism. In the U.S., feminism reigns supreme. So when feminism gets thrown into the mix, all logic goes completely to the hell. There's no logic. There's no accountability. There's nothing. If you say the wrong thing, you will get canceled in the U.S. We've seen it time and time again. Athletes, entertainers, and also many other people. You come out and say something about somebody, about a woman, you're instantly canceled. Look at Lizzo. You talk about Lizzo, you got Lizzo's fans coming after you. You talk about Cardi B. You talk about Meg Thee Stallion. You talk about Sweetie. You talk about Lori Harvey, Lonnie Love, Release Ray, Vivica Fox. All of that, all of those women, they have fans. Those fans will come after you. They will come after you and they will raise all holy hell. I've seen it too many fucking times. So guys, instead of complaining about, I get it, you don't want to go outside the country to leave the country, but at this point you're going to have to. Guys, you're going to have to leave. Leave this country behind and explore your dating options all across the world. Plant your seeds in different countries. Because, let's be honest, if you stay here in the U.S. and you get married to one of these women, you're going to be extremely unhappy. I've seen it. I understand it. Hell, a lot of my friends are like, man, do not marry a woman in the U.S. A lot of my friends are saying that. A lot of my coworkers, my friend Maurice, my brother Jamar, they've all said it. Do not marry a woman here in modern day. Because if you marry a woman here in modern day America, your life will be hell. It will. And the thing about it is, what they don't tell you is, a lot of these women are out here running their body account up, having kids with the Pookie and Ray Rays, and these women feel that they can have their kids, and they can come into your life and literally demand you bring something to them, is when they're not even bringing anything to your life. That is completely unacceptable. My thinking is this. Just not even on the femininity front. I've heard women come out and say he was good to have a baby with, but he is not good to have a relationship or be a husband. My question is this: why marry said person if he is not a good candidate to be the father and the husband to you, the father of your kids and the husband to you? Why have a baby with him? Why get pregnant by him? Why give him the most important thing to him? It doesn't make sense. And then furthermore, you constantly hear men talking about femininity. When we say femininity, we're saying we want a woman that, yes, you have your opinion. Yes, you can. I need to come to you and talk to you about issues. But when we say femininity, that means not loud, not aggressive. The sensible one in a relationship. The one that, yes, women are technically chaotic, but we're talking about a person that I can come to, talk to, and have a conversation with, instead of having to worry about me pissing you off, or you getting aggressive, or you trying to fight. See, the reason why a lot of older women, women from before the era of feminism, why they got married is because the reason why they got married is because they did a lot more than what women are currently doing right now today. Modern day women do not understand what their grandmothers and their ancestors did to keep their husbands. When their husbands came home, they cooked and they had cleaned the house. They took care of the kids. Nowadays, you can't even ask a woman to really cook because most women don't know how to cook. You can't ask a woman to clean because women nowadays don't want to clean. They don't want to have children because they feel like, oh, I haven't lived my life. When you have women from other cultures at 20 wanting to be married, how does that work? So it's not the men's issue. It's a culture issue in America, in Western countries. But nobody wants to have that conversation. Nobody wants to talk about it. And when you do talk about it, you get canceled or you get quote unquote talked down to and trashed on TikTok. And see, when you go on TikTok is basically a amp for all of this misandry, all of this bullshit that they keep spewing. They keep coming out of their mouth. They're not actually listening to the issues that men are having. And the thing about it is, what I've noticed is so many men have the same issues. Me, I can talk about one issue. Fuck, I need to cover this up. But I can talk about one issue. And a man from a different city in a different state can say the same exact thing. He can come out and say, oh, I'm having this issue with women. Damn, I'm gonna have to fucking get keeps. I had a very same issue with a woman that he'll have it. So say for instance, the loud, aggressive, willing to fight anybody type. I have a chick here, and I could be another chick even far worse in a whole other state. That is a problem. See, women were more feminine back then. Women, I'm not talking about having to fucking clean your underwear, fucking do all this shit. No. I'm talking about a woman that knew her role and that kept her role and that was fine with her role instead of trying to go out here and be the boss chick, the strong, independent type, the I don't need a man type, that type. When you constantly tell your man that, oh, I don't need you, but I want you, or I can't rely on you for anything, or I don't want to open up to you because I don't feel secure or safe, or talking about I have issues because of my father and I can't trust men, or I was raised to be like this. You're gonna have an issue. You're gonna start pushing that man away, and when that man gets pushed away, do not be surprised at the outcomes that come along with it. And a lot of women do not understand that either. They feel that as long as I'm giving him sex, as long as I'm doing all this stuff for him, as long as I'm doing materialistic stuff for him, oh, he'll stay. It's the emotional stuff that a lot of women miss. The emotional. Most women do not understand what men have to go through nowadays. They see it as, oh, patriarchy, or you have this over us and all this shit. No. You don't understand the burden it is to be a man. There's trans men that said, I had it easier when I was a woman. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. They said it was easier when I was a woman. Men have it hard. Men have to build society. Men have to engineer stuff. Men have to keep society going so that society does not fail. Society does not collapse. Men have to do that. Yes, there's women in politics. Yes, there's female. There's women that are builders, but the thing about it is there is not an abundance of that. To every 1,000 to 10,000 men, there's only one female. There's only one. There's thousands of us, and there's only a couple hundred to 1,000 of them. They don't want to tell those statistics that men are actually the ones that are keeping society together. And then you shit on the very same men that you rely on to come fix your car, come change your tire, to produce the tires, to produce the gasoline, to go drill the oil, to go fucking mine for the raw materials, so that you can have a house, so that you can have a car, so that you can have that iPhone that you have in your fucking hand watching this video on. To get on a plane to go fly wherever you are. There's a majority of men that are pilots. Men are pilots, and there's a woman that's on TikTok talking about women are more careful when it comes to piloting. No, men are actually more careful. Men are the ones that are flying the planes the most. Women, since there's so little women pilots, most of the time women make mistakes when they're pilots. That is why women are typically paired with a male pilot, because males are more can calculate a lot more effectively. Not saying women can't, but when it comes to critical situations, men are more sturdy. Men are more sturdy when it comes to emotional and fast calculation decisions. We are. It's not a give or take. That's the true point of it. I'm not saying women are stupid. Women can't calculate situations easily. But what I'm saying is, it takes a man less time to calculate, because you don't have to worry about the emotional part of it. And then let's get to the men aren't emotionally intelligent. No, we understand emotions, but the thing about it is, we don't sit and dwell and make our decisions off our emotions. We don't. When we pull away, when there's a situation happening and we pull away, it's because we're deliberating in our own head what to do. We're deliberating, we're calculating what's going to happen, what can happen, all the different outcomes, all the different everything that can happen before any of this shit happens. We're calculating that because that is what we're best at. We are good at figuring shit out ourselves when it comes to us figuring stuff out. Women have to deliberate in groups because you have to think about the emotions, because they have to think about the emotional side of it. Whereas guys, we can go to another guy and ask him, and he'll tell us exactly what to do, and we're deliberated and we're put into effect what that guy says, or if it makes sense. But we're quicker to deliberate. Men want peace in the U.S. Men do not want to argue. Men do not want to have to deal with emotional stress. Men do not want to have to deal with the problems of a lot of modern day women, especially in the U.S. The drama, the pain, the anger towards other men. Men do not want to have to deal with that. And the thing about it is, a lot of women do not understand that. We handle our issues differently than you. The way we think is completely different. The way we handle situations is different. The way we go about life is different. We can't just we can't just do crazy shit and just make money off of online. There's that rare few, but majority of the time, Men can't just go out there and just take IG pics and take OnlyFans pics or do videos for OnlyFans and make money. Most of the time, it has to involve a woman. Most of the time. But they don't want to have that conversation. They're freer to do a lot more things than what men have to do. They have more systems in place to protect them if something goes wrong than men do. If men go homeless on the street, women go homeless, there are numerous homeless shelters for them. There's numerous. Us, it's barely even one. But they do not want to have that conversation. Get into clubs. Men have to pay, women get in for free. When it comes to what's it called? What is it? When it comes to I guess, hold on, let me think about that one first before I say that one, because I don't want to say some bullshit on that. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Men want peace. We want tranquility. We want a woman that we can come home to and to relieve our stress. Not have to worry about coming home to a fucking argument, or which person am I going to get today? Which person am I going to get tomorrow? What am I going to have to do when I come home? Men have to deal with that nowadays. And a lot of men are starting to get turned off from it. So a lot of men are starting to travel outside the country and go to places like Brazil, Colombia, DR, Japan, Tokyo, Germany, Italy, Ukraine. Well, not Ukraine. Eastern culture. Abu Dhabi. Fucking what's it called? Laos, Thailand. People are leaving the U.S. to find something that they're longing for, and that is femininity, peace, cooperation. And the thing about it is, when men start talking about their issues get doesn't get validated. They get trashed. They get labeled as misogynist, and they don't get listened to. And then the thing about it is, there's no coming back from it. There's no coming back. There's no handling the situation. There is nothing that anybody can really do, because a lot of men are checking out. A lot of men are literally saying, screw this, and I'm going to go find something that I'm longing for. And the thing about it is, men aren't going to be the ones that's going to be hurt. I've seen it on 90 Day Fiance. I've seen it on fucking social media. When women go get their passports and go travel, those women get used. Because those men and those cultures are playing on those women's emotions. Men too. Men do get played. But the thing about it is, there's more options out there for us than it is for them. Because when it comes to us, we typically are at least a few that are actually fucking sensible and aren't out there tricking on them. We actually are looking for something that draws them out from the crowd. We're looking for something more than just a pretty face, a fucking sexy body. We're looking for personality. We're looking for cooperation. We're looking for everything that makes that woman a wife. Although we've never seen, most of us, especially black men, a lot of us never seen it before, but a lot of us are searching out what we need. A lot of us are searching out what we need. Somebody to build with, because a lot of women are not trying to build with you either. Especially for the guys that are, as in KS's words, the Henrys, the his squad. A lot of the Henrys in his squad, they're looking for women to build with. See, in the black community, especially, there's a quote unquote thing called struggle love. And that is when the man's not doing well at his is not even at his financial peak yet, and he's probably like in his 30s to 40s, or in my case his 20s. There's a notion of struggle love. And the thing about it is, a lot of American women are saying, I don't want to be in a struggle love situationship. But here's the thing. How are you going to say, I don't want to be in a struggle love situationship, when in reality, that man's actually trying to achieve something in his life? So it's going to take time away from you. It's going to take a time away from everybody, because that man's trying to actually achieve something in his life. You're saying that you don't want any struggle love, but when that man makes it, and that man is up there along with the elite, and you're looking at this man like, why did he choose me, or why did he choose another black woman? Here's the thing. When these guys are not at their financial peak, or they're at that peak in general, a lot of people are not checking for these guys. A lot of people are not checking for these guys. A lot of people are just looking at these guys like, oh, he's an educated lame. He's lame. He's not doing anything with his life. When you get to where you want to be, come back and check for me. When in actuality, that's not how the world works. See, women in other cultures were taught to go out there and find their significant partner at their earliest age, which is around 18 to 20. Get married young, have your babies while you're young, and then that way you can grow old and do all the shit that you want to do. A lot of these women are taught like this in Eastern cultures and traditional cultures. But here, they're taught to wait till their 30s and 40s and city girl it up, party it up, and do all this shit. Fuck as many dudes as you want, and there'll be a good guy waiting for you at the end of the road. That trope is starting to change. Men are starting to say, man, fuck this. I'm not going to wait for a woman that's used her prime gave her prime to the bad boys, gave her prime to the Pookies and Ray Rays, had kids. A lot of guys are saying, man, fuck that. I'm not doing it. And do you blame them? Why give your hard-earned money, your hard-earned income to a woman that didn't even want to give you at the time of day when you were in your youth? Why do that? Most guys are starting to say fuck this because these women do not appreciate me. Guys nowadays do not feel appreciated by the women of today. That is why they are leaving. You play all these games with these guys. You expect these guys to come talk to you while you're around your friends, and your friends gonna have some bad notions about these guys, and then get in your head, big you up, and then you disrespect the fuck out of this guy. And then when this guy goes out and marries a non-black woman or a woman of a different ethnicity, then you want to look at him like, oh, he's just a sellout. No. When you had the opportunity to be with this man, you should have been with this man. Don't come for this dude when this dude literally was checking for you when he didn't have nothing and tried to be with you. No. Don't do that. Don't disrespect that man because you felt that you deserve much more than what you really deserve. And fucked up relationship up and expecting this man to just backtrack to you now that you're in your lower stages of life and he's peaking. Don't do that. Bear with a man in his 20s and work with him in his 30s and build with him. Instead of waiting until that man makes it to the top and then you expect him to come out and just give you everything under the fucking sun. Don't do that. Because 9 times out of 10, that guy gonna just look at you and just turn away and walk away and leave you there looking crazy. Don't do that. And a lot of American women don't understand that is a huge turn off to men. When you see that man at his fullest potential, at his fullest, and you weren't even willing to give him the time of day at his lowest. A lot of guys are like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna go out there and find me somebody to build with now and marry said person and be with that person. And a lot of American women are like, man, this shit starting to get crazy. Yeah, it's getting crazy because a lot of y'all have literally shitting on these guys, talk trash about these guys, and then you expect these guys to just hand you every fucking thing under the damn sun. No, it don't work like that. But anyways, guys, please like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please support the podcast on Spotify.com, Apple Podcasts, and also PodcastAddict.com. And I will see you guys on the flip side. And thank you guys for peeking in, the guys that did, because y'all are supporting the channel. And guys, please like, share, subscribe to this channel, and also please share this video so that my content can get out there more, so that a lot more people can listen to this message. But anyways, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Like I said, guys, thank you for listening to the podcast, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later.